Good morning, children. Today we are going to start the second lesson of English literature, Monday morning. This lesson is actually a humorous extract from one of the famous novels of Mark Twain, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Tom is the central character of the story. He is a mischievous boy who likes to play pranks and trick people. He doesn't want to follow discipline and thus tries to avoid school on a Monday morning. He often gets punished by Aunt Polly for skipping his school. In the opening paragraph, Tom finds the Monday morning miserable, that is very bad and sad. For him, school was a place like a prison, where he was put to slow suffering. In the second paragraph, he tries to make excuses to escape school. Firstly, he thought that he had some colicky symptoms. The word colicky means pain in stomach. Then he discovered that one of his upper front tooth was loose. But he kept the loose tooth as a backup plan and came up with the excuse of a mortified sore toe. The word mortified means affected by deadly disease. Turning to the next page, we find that Sid, who was his half-brother, was sleeping beside him. And to start with, Tom groaned, pretending to be in too much pain. Finding no response from Sid, he started crying more deeper and louder. He even shook him to wake him up, but all his efforts were in vain. He continues, and finally Sid wakes up, but very casually, not being too much concerned and worried about Tom. On the next page, we see that Tom tries to convince Sid that he was suffering from some deadly disease and was about to die shortly. We find that Sid was totally convinced by Tom, and he hurriedly went downstairs to call Aunt Polly. Initially, Aunt Polly didn't believe it, but was worried and immediately went upstairs to inspect Tom. Her face turned white and her lips trembled with fear. At first, Aunt Polly was horrified to see Tom in pain. But when Tom used the word mortified, showing his toe, she understood his real intentions and asked him to get out of the bed and stop all the nonsense. Tom then tried the excuse of a loose tooth. Then we find that Aunt Polly ordered Mary to get the things to pull out Tom's loose tooth. Hearing these words, immediately Tom stopped feeling any pain and requested his aunt not to put out his tooth, which would be extremely painful for him. He also disclosed that he didn't wish to stay at home, away from school. Aunt Polly at this very moment expressed her love and concern for Tom, and just to teach him a lesson, she tied one end of the silk thread to Tom's tooth and the other end to the bedpost. She forcefully pulled out Tom's tooth. For Tom, the morning ended very painfully, and most probably he had to go to school after getting his tooth pulled out. With this, our lesson ends. From this lesson, we learn that we should not make excuses to escape certain things which we don't like. Instead, we must face each phase of life happily. Hope you have understood the lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.